You ever seen True Detective? I haven't. That's it. That's the joke.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess.
Also, I've heard this line of dialogue way too many times.
So the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all
We do sick tricks.
that we can skate along without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place. For better or worse, it's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly,
No.
even to total strangers? Both here and in New Orleans, I've been amazed at how cordial everyone is. Is it just the way things are down here? You certainly don't see that sort of thing in New York or D.C. They never stop to chit-chat, especially when ordering food. They only say what's necessary, without any decoration. The customer only makes eye contact with the waiter about once every 3 times they interact. But that's just how it is. Isn't that right, Sam? The human relationships here are as fluid as an inorganic mechanism running on the smoothest, purest oil there is. And it feels strangely... Zach, we shouldn't head too far south, wandering through the swamp.
I'm gonna head as far south as I want. Especially because I cannot figure out where I'm supposed to stand to make this fleur-de-lis appear. It is incredibly frustrating. I feel like it's almost like here.
Zach, we shouldn't head too far south. Wandering through the swamp without a guide would be suicide.
Actually take a look at like the bigger... This is at a very bizarre angle. That tree. Good tree
Zach,
right
we shouldn't
there.
head too far south. Wandering...
I'm out of look juice. This is why I was away from here, because I did the same thing when I bought a bunch of root beer. Really seems like it should be right there. Back a little more. Hey!
Zach, we shouldn't head too far south. Wandering through the swamp without a guide would be suicide. You wouldn't want to lose me out there.
Oh,
would
thank
you?
God. Where is this one? Not here. Away from here is the answer to that question.
This is the deep south. I feel it every time that molten hot sun pours down on it. Don't you, Zach?
Oh, it's up there. Where I've been 5 times.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the Sang Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand. And Lady
Got a hot
Luck's given
hand.
us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been its fate. Instead, we traveled from person to person, until it finally fell right into our lap. Things always work out that way for us. We've traveled all over the United States trying to track down Sun Rouge. We can't let this chance pass us by, can we, Zach?
Is that a rare one? It's not a rare dog. I say where's the nearest fast travel point, but it seems like the nearest fast travel point is probably just going to be going to the spot on the skateboard.
Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with you on that one. Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
These conversations on the skateboard loop a lot.
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're about to say. But that's why we're here. To protect this peace. Isn't that right, Zach? Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach, I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast
Oh,
country.
frame rate.
Incredibly vast. And it's mostly composed of mountains, deserts, and farmland, with small towns scattered about here and there. That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York, Chicago, and LA are all microscopic. Sometimes they even feel like figments of my imagination. Think back to what Las Vegas looked like when we were driving up I-15.
Oh no, my power slide isn't making noise anymore.
Movies dress up those mirages and broadcast them to people all around the world. Meanwhile, American women become fascinated by the gorgeous city lights and are drawn toward those illusions. The very same women who were chosen as prom queens in their small towns. In the end, all they find are ghosts. Once their eyes adjust to that blinding light, they realize there's nothing but vanity and lust surrounding them. They finally figure out that it was all in their heads. Then they quickly try to satisfy themselves with something else.
Drugs.
Drugs.
New York says don't do drugs. Zach doesn't care though.
The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance.
This is not where I want to be. Here somewhere, I think. Hello? Seems like it should be like right here. Unless it's the other side, maybe? No, because the awning would be on the other side if it was on the other side. Let's look at this video again. Oh, it's not even... This is not the right section of the factory. That would do it. Aha! Okay, and then for this last one, I gotta find Raven. Like I have not gotten the ability to tell. Oh, I have gotten. Okay, Raven's at the Owl's Nest. That is good to know. So I can go talk to Raven. And I can go talk to David. I can get this Fleur de Lis album done. And then I can talk to... I forget his name. And then I can get the last one. Video games.
Jack, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the Sang Rouge distribution led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand. And Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during...
I find it somewhat funny that, like,
that certainly wouldn't have
I
happened.
started streaming and I've just been getting,
Given
like,
the
Chapter
case to another
1,
special agent, or maybe even to the
York
state,
talking.
we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up
and not
in a vast, desolate
Chapter
case
2
all
ones.
the other
It's like it
cases,
knows.
marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag.
Whoa! Sorry, ma'am.
Were you thinking about Galena too?
Oh, there we go.
And all the other women we've seen so far on our
Oh no, I guess we did get this one at one point, because we was talking about drugs.
I'm right,
My bad.
aren't I? This is a vast company.
Hello.
Hello!
How's it going?
It's going well. I'm talking to Raven, my friend. Where is she?
Is that okay? No, it's a different person. I thought that was the dude what ran the voodoo shop for a second.
No, that's the mirror.
Right, his name is just the Mirror. Fucking Christ.
Is she not here anymore? No, she's here somewhere. Is she playing jazz? Is this the issue? Oh my god, I think she is the drummer. Well, this is a problem. Here's this.
Can't. I mean, smoke.
Hey, I think the answer might just be go to bed until tomorrow.
Okay.
Uh,
Is there something wrong with smoking?
no. But I don't know how late she's going to be here playing jazz at the club.
I mean, presumably she'll have to walk off stage at some point.
But I don't know if that's going to be like when they close or... Also,
Smoke
man,
a lot.
just look at this man playing
Yeah,
his
I've seen him.
saxophone.
I've seen him, and I continue to wonder why you bring the kid into this bar when you come here.
Because it's fine.
Look what the cat dragged.
Also, here's
Like, she's
Chuck.
just standing by the door, but it still feels somehow inappropriate.
I like that everywhere has these signs that say like, "Hey, if you have a suntan, you get a sale price."
Maybe you should go tanning.
You can do that.
Yeah. I would assume you can buy oil that makes it easier to tan.
This is true.
Although, if you could buy that oil and also all these signs roll around town and York could never get a tan, that would be kind of amazing.
That would be pretty good.
I like the idea of decoy items you can buy, but that your character refuses to use.
Or that
Like, it doesn't matter how many of these you put in my inventory, it's not going to happen.
I like the idea that you can use them, but they don't do anything.
I prefer to think instead that York would just refuse to tan. He'll let his beard grow out, he'll become filthy, but he will not be tan agent.
Oh, loading screen.
Alternately, could you cheat and get like a shitty can of spray tan and then get a discount that way?
Yes. I have another side quest over here that I don't know the schedule of the Davids. I need to talk to Concierge David, but not have him, not from the bell.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were in a mess.
Yeah, I was also having that problem of like, shit, how do I talk to the right David?
Built in a swamp, so
Well, the quest I was on threw me off because it said to like investigate the water something at the hotel.
Yes, that is the one that
And I
I'm
was
on.
like, yeah, so I was like, how do I investigate? Because there's like a big fucking valve in the first floor bathroom, but like, I can't do nothing, so I guess I just gotta wait and talk to the correct David. Also, man, I like that whenever you meet that character, it's like, this guy seems cool, and then within 5 minutes you're like, oh, this guy is nuts. It's like, York, why can't you just go to a fucking normal town, ever?
Yeah, my current quest status is cure something from Concierge.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I think I heard the line of dialogue because I had talked to the concierge at some point, and I remember hearing like, "Oh man, our water pressure is so good."
Yeah, that's like the first thing he says when you talk to him about it. He's like, our showers are bitchin'. So the funniest thing is, I actually took a shower before I heard that from him. Then heard that line, then came back to the hotel later because I was like, oh, I'm dirty now, I need a shower. And then I went to take a shower at the hotel, it was like, no, the water's fucked. And I was like, god damn it, it wasn't earlier. Because I don't think the game expected you to take a shower the first time you see the shower.
I did not know you could take a shower because I was assuming this was just Deadly Premonition rules.
Yeah, no, because York had a line about how hotels all around America had shitty water pressure, and he was going to keep harping on it, like, nonstop every chance he got. And then he didn't say anything about this hotel's water pressure. And then later I got the quest where it was like, by the way, water's fucked.
Seems like this is Cook David at the moment.
I may have sequence broke showering.
Yeah, there's Cook David, but I need Concierge David.
Oh, right. How did you like the other dude you meet before you leave this hotel?
Oh, you know.
The fuck? Like... Well, the actual fuck, though.
It's fine.
No, it's fine. I actually like that character. That said, what the fuck? Liking that character has nothing to do with being incredibly confused about the existence of that character.
Actually, wait, who are you talking about?
The fucking portrait.
Oh, right, okay.
Fucking Hungan.
Ungan. We're gonna drop this reload. Well, we're gonna put this reload speed one on the other set, just because it's hilarious, but I need some reload speed.
Also, I like walking into York's room for the first time and seeing this fucking thing
and
propped
just going
up,
like,
and just being like, hold on.
"Ah,
Just like, I feel like we should talk about this.
it's fine."
Why? Okay, hold up. That shot right there of like the gun in the middle of the voodoo thing with all the beads hanging around it.
Yeah.
That's straight up from a Far Cry game. Come on.
A
That is
little-
like a promotional image for a Far Cry game.
You're
There's
not
like a gun
wrong.
mounted to a voodoo statue surrounded by beads.
You're not wrong.
I feel like this is another one of those things where anyone with common sense would look at that and go like,
I should
We
go to a
sure
different
York didn't-
hotel.
we sure York didn't commit this murder? Just are we sure?
Well, I mean, clearly
'Cause,
that's what getting into early game bits here. It's what Alia clearly thinks.
Well, yeah, but she also clearly does not know nearly enough about how nuts the world is. I bet she's never even met Hungan.
Probably not.
I like that occasionally Patricia is staring at that portrait, and I like to think that she also knows Hungan.
Well, clearly she doesn't, because like you'll get lines of dialogue from her about, "Are we following your crazy skeleton man? I hate this."
Patricia is pretty great. I'm not gonna lie.
Why are you so fucking weird, Agent York?
She's great, and I'm way into the accent.
Everyone's
and
accent.
Whoever the voice actor is does a great job.
Everyone's accent.
Everyone has
in this
great
video
voices.
game
I'm way into it. I'm also like I'm a big fan of like every character I've met so far. Melvin is also great. Melvin's great. That's it. That's all there is to it. He's amazing.
I'm cooling off on Melvin after a couple things that I think are after what you've played through.
Okay, yeah, probably because I just made it up to the point where it's like I went through the cooler area where they were keeping the body, and then I was like, all right, the next thing to do is go leave this alligator outside this lady's house. And then I was like, well, in the meantime, I'll go back to the hotel and shower, and that's when I picked up that quest, and then I couldn't figure out how to progress it. And then I was like, I've got to wait hours for this lady, for it to be nighttime, so I can drop this thing off at this lady's house. So I went, oh, right, before that, I went to the bar and got super fucking hammered on the Monday Martini, or whatever the fuck, the Tequila Sunrise. And then tried to walk back to the hotel like that, and it did not work great.
I should clean up my inventory a little bit.
Have you tried walking drunk in this game?
I've only tried walking at the first stage of drunkenness.
Okay, second stage of drunkenness is some shit. Oddly enough, skateboarding's still pretty effective when you're hammered.
Let's change my inventory around. I don't need... like that. I don't need sunscreen. I don't need perfume at the moment. I'm gonna go outside and smoke the cigarettes, though, to see if I can maybe get Concierge David here. Also, yeah, how about them trees?
Yeah. That was one of the first things I did in town once I kind of got my bearings and figured out where to go. Was like, I'm just gonna cruise around town and see if anything stands out.
It's like,
So there's that one over by the waterfront, and there's
Yep.
one somewhere else, just kind of hanging out.
Yep.
Did you see the one with no leaves?
No, maybe.
Oh,
No.
okay, because that one is maybe the most ominous possible tree, and it's just hanging out, and it's just like, okay, come the fuck on, look at this thing.
There's one on the waterfront. There's one on the Clarkson's property, and then there's one like down here, like on this waterfront. There's one on the southern waterfront, and then one on the northern waterfront near the Mississippi.
There's one kind of right in the middle of the map, almost.
Also, just because it's this video game, like, I get paranoid when I see all the red flowers on the map. Just because there's a bunch of red flowers around the body discovery site, and then in a certain person's yard, there's just a shitload.
Yeah, I
of them.
noticed a metric shit ton of red flowers because I went to a certain person's house because I was like, I'm just gonna go see if they have a red tree in their backyard just to check it out. And I was like, okay, they don't. And I was about to leave because I was like, okay, I'm satisfied. And then I noticed all the flowers, and I was like, huh, okay. Although I did not actually realize those showed up on the map.
The flowers or the trees?
The flowers.
Do they?
I thought that's what you just said.
No.
Okay, you said something about red flower. You got nervous when you saw red flowers on the map.
I
And when
got
you had the map open,
I got
saw
nervous
like
when
a bunch of little.
Oh, the little red things are just like people's houses, like main houses.
Okay, yeah, I thought though because I saw that they also had the little like labels for so and so's house. I thought
Yeah.
those little things were also like, oh, by the way, red flowers over here.
No, it's just
Okay.
these are people's houses.
Important houses.
Yeah. There is no David, so I'm just gonna go to bed and knock out another day before I can. Oh wait. Oh no, this is Bellboy David.
Damn it!
Not what I need.
You got to find out his business hours.
Yeah, let's go for. I think it'd be like early or like.
See, I would assume like before noon.
Yeah. Let's go for like 6:45.
Yeah, I'd say 6 to noon's a pretty good window for a concierge. You know what I would like?
What?
Well, I guess because it's setting an alarm, so it makes sense. But I would like a game to have a thing like this where you like set the time you're gonna wake up, but there's like a window. Where it's like, you are gonna wake up like within an hour or two of the time you select.
Nope. I guessed wrong. I'm hungry.
Also, I need more suits.
Yeah. Same.
I keep waiting to meet the person who's gonna sell me better suits, and I haven't found them yet.
I've also not found them.
Disheartening.
Oh, it's Chef David.
And that's what I'm talking. You can't get so make sure you.
It's not what I'm after.
Thanks, man. Next time you.
I also appreciate the ongoing Creole versus Cajun food distinction. I did a side quest for Alexis, who's like, I hate that Creole food. Cajun foods are the real shit.
Also, I will just say, I'm glad we don't have to add Videodrome to the list of things that Swery has not seen, because they just come out and say it.
This is true. Terminator 3 also. Have you seen the Terminator 3 conversation?
I've not seen that one.
Oh man, it's so good.
Fucking Terminator.
It is on the level of the
Does York... Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's on the level of like the island thing from the beginning of the game. Just like, oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Thought you were gonna say on the level of the conversation where Dan Riker tried to tell Jeff Gerstmann that Terminator 3 was better than Terminator 1.
No.
Okay.
But so it's because they're talking about what movies Patricia has seen.
Mm-hmm.
It is too early for Patricia. but she's like, I saw some movie with some old guy fighting like a lady robot.
No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
And this was after the sixth day conversation, so he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you love the Arnold S."
God damn it, York! Stop
No-
calling him Arnold S.
No human has ever referred to him as Arnold S.
Seen so far
Um,
across the states. Zach,
You know, accurate.
this is a
Even in
fantasy country.
even in the context of the game.
yeah. Just like no human has ever said of the island, it's art house sci-fi,
About here.
and that it will start a
Uh.
new revolution in cinema like Star Wars and Blade Runner.
Chicago.
I really like the
Sometimes they
idea
feel like figments of my
that
imagination.
York is just
Think back to what
fucking
those
super wrong
driving out by
in
50
calling out what movies are going to be great. Like, oh, this is awesome. This is going to change the world. It's like, dude, fucking no. It's the island. Come on.
American women become fascinated by the gorgeous city
He's
lights.
such a fucking weirdo. God damn it.
So weird.
Same women who were
It's
trained as
great.
prostitutes in their small
Oh, he's great.
In the end, all they find are ghosts. Once their eyes
But yeah, he's talking to Patricia
there's nothing but
because Patricia's like, "Oh, I haven't seen any Terminator movies besides this one that was on TV." And York is just like, "You haven't seen Terminator?" And Patricia's just like, "No, it seems dumb. I know the first one was directed by the guy who made Titanic, though." And York doesn't know what Titanic is.
Fucking god damn it, York.
Find the person who's hiding behind the blazing southern sun.
And he mentions a different movie called like Raise the Titanic, which I've never even heard of.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess.
Oops, wrong button. Wow, I've Googled or I've Wikipedia'd Raise the Titanic.
Talk about bridges.
Mm-hmm.
No, Raven, where are you going? I need to talk to you. God damn it. Apparently it's got Alec Guinness in it.
Just like saying
Great.
It grossed about $7 million against an estimated $40 million budget.
Oof. Not
Are you
great.
thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the
Fucking
states?
York just skateboarding down the.
I'm right.
Can
aren't
I just mention how much I fucking love the opening of this game?
It's
where
so
York is
good.
Explaining where York explains why he's on a skateboard.
The yes.
Towns scattered about here.
Because I think that's one of my favorite things in the game. Because I think, I'm not sure, York is a hard person to read. I think he may have actually been legitimately a little bit angry
Sometimes they
when he was describing the situation.
Think back to what
Just
was
like
fake.
burying it under the enthusiasm of getting to ride a skateboard.
It was a
But the way he's talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, no, they took my cutting edge brand new little
Ah.
car
to people
and
all around the
replaced
world.
it
Meanwhile,
with a piece of wood, with 4 wheels on it.
by the gorgeous city lights and are drawn toward those
Ghost
There's something
car.
about the way,
women who are
there's something about the
chosen
way
from
he reads that line that makes me feel like York might actually secretly be angry about it.
They realize there's nothing but vanity and lust surrounding them. They finally figure out that it was all in their heads. Then they quickly try to satisfy themselves with something else.
Pardon me as I just
Drugs.
follow
Pantheon.
Raven here. Also, I want to
Stalk this lady.
point out her name is Raven Yahoo.
The drugs aren't even.
Mm-hmm.
They're nothing but chemicals.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's what we're going with.
Deadly Premonition.
We need to find the person who's hiding behind Galena. Drag them out into the blazing southern sun.
Hey, you did go back to the hotel, so you might have. Have you met Raven?
It's where a mess.
No.
All
Okay.
set up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft.
I went back to the hotel but did not sleep because I was worried. I didn't know that I would be able to, like,
So a lot of places
pick the time I woke up because I hadn't interacted with the bed.
asphalt.
Otherwise, I would have just slept until it was time to go leave an alligator outside the Knight's house.
But this town is different.
Oh no,
Side note,
Paved
how about that alligator?
it's so cute. Also, I
thought
maybe
it was the craziest thing about that conversation was that Patricia didn't think anybody would spend money on that alligator.
that's
It's
true.
like, you fucking kidding? I would drop $30 right now into the Switch if it shot that alligator out. I will push my money into the CD drive if you give me an alligator.
Push
I
$30
hate
into
that
the
bumping into
cartridge slot.
things. I
Stops
hate
the
that bumping into things
conversation.
ends the conversation. But also, it can be handy if he starts repeating himself and you just veer into a wall to restart.
This is a really good parking job, Raven. Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta. Have you seen what happens if you have lowered reload speed? By the way.
No.
Okay, so here's like my regular reload animation. I'm just gonna dump a little bit. And then here is slowed down reload speed.
Alright. Reload, yeah, that makes sense.
Really good.
How's the
Okay.
investigation?
Dumping. What was that?
It's my slowed down reload speed.
Is he just like...
It just slows down the animation, but because you can still
Okay.
move while you're reloading, it slows down the animation, but you still have the same, like, movement speed. So it looks really good.
It looked really good. Also, as you sit here and talk to this Raven chick, I'm desperately trying to figure out who your favorite character in this game is so far.
Probably Patricia.
Yeah, no, Patricia's actually fantastic. I love that, like you said, she's the only person who's, like, calling York out on his bullshit.
Yeah.
It seems... I don't know. It seems weird no one else is doing it, but also, like, hey, more power to you, lady. Keep dumping on how much of a fucking weirdo York is.
He's such a weirdo.
I mean, to be fair, Zach, also a weirdo. I like old Zach.
Yeah. He did not put laxatives in the coffee. Oh, these loading screens are something. This game is technically something.
How's
Not
the
like
investigation
technically
going?
as in like
Going
it's
well if you're
it's
all
technically
against.
something. Like, I mean, in terms of the technology, it is something. uh, really hoping that would make crafting materials show up on the map, but it didn't. Also, man, who would have guessed crafting would be the thing that they add, or one of the things that they add into Deadly Premonition 2? There's the spot. Oh. Weird. Like, over here. Alright, thanks, lady. Raven's like, ah, you're inconsiderate, but this is my business. I don't mind working with a loony tester like you, York. Here's some string. Hey. I gotta go talk to the man in the graveyard. We've got like 2 days left before the, where I can actually continue with the story mode.
Smoke.
But I want to get all these fleur-de-lis, because the weird grave man will give me something. Maybe.
Better be good, that's all I'm saying.
Maybe it'll be an infinite ammo magnum.
He'll give you a second photo album with all the other fleur-de-lis in it.
Buddy, this one that I just finished is the 4th one.
Oh, were you fucking serious?
I am.
Man, am I not doing that shit. I was still in fucking photo album number 1 over here. Like, oh, I'll probably get something after this.
Yeah, you'll get
Like,
another
I was
photo
looking at it.
album.
Yeah, I was looking at the fucking photo album going, oh, there's 20 pictures? They're all over town? This is probably like that Willy thing, so I'll probably get something super broken and overpowered. I'm supposed to do this, like, over the course of the whole game, so I don't get it too early. If I had fucking done what I was doing and just, like, collected photos as I went and, like, got it, like, halfway through the game, and he hands me photo album number 2, I would have shit a brick.
I think he also gives you like a talisman. I think.
Does the talisman turn my fucking tranquilizer gun into an infinite ammo magnum?
No, I think it makes you skip stones better.
Fuck you. I don't need to skip stones. I'm gonna skip this side quest.
Thank you for collecting the fleur-de-lis.
Fuck.
Hey! He
Oh?
gave me a magnum!
Oh, hey!
I was joking, but, hey. Also,
okay?
also guess
Yeah.
what? There's one more album.
Fucking goddamn. But at least you got a magnum now.
It's true.
So, man, what are you gonna get for album number 5?
That's a great question. He's the master. This next one is the last. Here's the final album. He's gonna tell me all his secrets. He's the Lily Emperor. Works like, I don't just... Give me all these fleur-de-lis, I guess. I don't care anymore. If I can tell where any of these are just by looking. That's over by where Danny hangs out. That's Raven's house. There's a fucking red tree that I don't think is one that I know where it is. So that's great. Oh, man.
York is a fantastic detective.
To be fair, at this point, he doesn't know as much. Like, he should have known in Deadly Premonition, but I'll give him a pass for this one, because he still thinks it's like a drug.
Yeah. He knows it's a drug, he does not necessarily know that the drug is made from seeds.
The drug is made from seeds. It's just round up Persona 3 characters. You better use Persona 3 characters. Sorry.
What the fuck happens to you if you take a drug made out of Persona? Does it differ depending on the character?
Probably.
Persona 3 main character just puts you into fucking clinical depression immediately.
Yeah. Man, can we
Don't
talk?
ingest Persona 3.
Can we talk about these UFOs?
No.
Okay.
Because I still don't know what the fuck the deal is.
I don't either.
The fuck is the deal with the UFOs?
I don't know. They give you $20 when you shoot them. That's nice.
Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely...
At some point I gotta upgrade my thing enough so I can up my range, because I think I need more range on my gun so I can shoot the silver and gold ones. Just by the way, they're bronze, silver, and gold UFOs. Oh hey, so one of my friends is playing Animal Crossing.
No.
Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach, I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast...
Actually, what I should probably do is I should go do this one and then go find Raven so I can unlock that hotspot so I don't have to go searching for her and then find her at the jazz club where I can't talk to her.
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're about to say. But that's why we're here. To protect... Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach. And there's no turning back now. Remember what we
I like
saw?
the opening of this conversation, even still with this being like the 20th time I've heard it, of Zach, do you want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, and there's no turning back now. It's like, York, you fucking weirdo. I'm exploding this fucking alligator. Video games. I'm exploding that alligator with my tranquilizer pistol that shoots armor-piercing high explosive rounds. This is a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means.
Ah! Alligators. Need your delicious alligator bits. Why did that alligator not drop anything? Grr. Oh, deadly feminine. Also, I wish there was a fast travel point down here. That would be nice. Is Raven still there? No. But Patricia's there. We could go pick up Patricia. Probably go pick up Patricia.
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're about to say. But that's why we're here. To protect this peace. Isn't that right, Zach?
I also appreciate just looking over at Twitter and seeing Jeff Gerstmann tweet, "Unleash the brands!"
So, what do you think of him? Yes, we're talking about him. Boonga, is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of Mythical? Still too early.
You know, I want this game to never explain Hoongan.
That's what my soul tells me.
I'd be okay with that. Mostly because I'm not sure what a proper explanation would be for him.
Yeah, like,
Familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone. Yes, I think I see the connection. Cheerful, wise, yet also mysterious African American who appeared in a variety of different films. My mind must be overlapping him with the skeletal gentleman. Do you remember his name? Ah, yes, that's it. Scatman Crothers. In 1980, he played Dick Halloran in The Shining. And in 1980,
also, like, very similarly to Deadly Premonition 1, I feel like that line read of saying the name Scatman Crothers is just completely divorced from the entire rest of the conversation.
Sort of a sage character. Our skeletal gentlemen are younger. Yes. They have different body types, but what about Forrest Whitaker? He made his debut in 1982 in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Second reference to Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Both released in 1986, followed by Good Morning Vietnam in 1987. Oh, but he was in Bird in 1988. What an impressive film.
Also, in terms of your name-dropping movies, fun, not-so-secret fact, Good Morning Vietnam is actually, like, one of my favorite movies.
The decade that built up Forrest Whitaker's career. I firmly believe that he'll win an Academy Award for Best Actor someday. Yes, I'm sure it's right around the corner. Though most likely
I've
when
never
the
actually seen that
time is
one.
right. Maybe around next year. Then he'll unleash.
Also, this bit of him talking about how Forrest Whitaker next year is going to win an Academy Award.
Let's table this
Uh,
discussion.
Fun fact, Forrest Whitaker won an Academy Award for Best Actor in 2006. I am, like, all over the map. Not going where I am intending to go.
Hello.
Welcome to the frame rate zone.
Yeah, frame rate zone.
If I had disposable income to blow on shitty domains, I would buy framerate.zone.
2 lollipops, 3 lollipops. Don't mind me, Zach. This is
You
how I get myself
relocated
up.
from butt tumbler to framerate.zone.
Yes.
I really appreciate all the skateboarding.
It's really good. I'm glad that he still, like, talks to himself about movies on the skateboard.
Shooting down weather balloons?
No. Those are UFOs.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, UFOs.
Yeah, that seems in a universe.
Thou.
Alien or otherwise.
Verily.
Expand my junk. No, I need another catfish tail. That though. Do that.
I can see it. Thou hast.
Okay. Buy the mirror. If Deadly Premonition was going to be adapted into a TV series, who would you want to play York? I'm going to click on this thread, and if the first answer isn't Kyle MacLachlan, I'm going to be very disappointed. Okay, the first answer is a CGI York at 3 frames per second, but the second answer is Kyle MacLachlan. I'll take it.
Third answer, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh man, I upgraded my skateboarding incense, and boy, is this handling some handling. Also, my durability at some point went in the toilet. I gotta go talk to the skateboard lady to fix my skateboard. That was an animation. Raven, are you, like, here, or are you just, like, loitering? Oh, no, you're... I can probably talk to you and be like, hey! Oh, no, she's just standing there because she needs to be somewhere else, but the pathing broke. Talk to you later. Let's continue with this video that shows me where all these fleur-de-lis are, because I don't want to look for them myself. This is like right next to a fast travel point. That's great. Like up there. Yay! You do it. I also appreciate this fucking initial D music that just starts when you go into the fast travel map. I'll also say that the music in this game is a marked improvement over Deadly Premonition.
Yeah.
This is the
Like, not that Deadly like
Deadly Premonition's music was real good.
it was real good, but this one's like legitimately really good.
All right. Does it have better audio mixing? Because like that was legitimately bad in original Deadly Premonition.
In places,
Okay.
it has more consistent audio mixing. I don't know if I'd say it's like, you know, good audio mixing in places, but
Fair enough. But like, are there parts where we can't hear people at all?
no. Oh, that's somewhere down here. You can tell from the tree. We're here. That's all I got. We're just gonna fast travel. Can. Fast traveling costs $2.50, and I have many thousands of dollars.
Hey, Zach, it looks
Deadly
like
Premonition.
you're right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge district.
Deadly Premonition! Off to skateboard.
One lollipop?
Tom Clancy is deadlypremonition.com.
Yes!
Don't mind me, Zach. This is how I wake myself up.
I got to bring up Tom Clancy's Ruthless.com in conversation recently, and I was very excited about it.
Understandable.
Yeah, no. Now I have to get my skateboard repaired. It's fine. Someone was talking about some anime that had like a website name, and then I said, oh, it's like Tom Clancy's Ruthless.com.
And they said, no, are you insane?
Yes, that was what they said, and I was like, yes. Because when someone says a name of a piece of media that is a website, all I can think of is Tom Clancy's Ruthless.com. That's all I can think of.
Bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with
Which
bridges,
again, fair.
and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skate. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that...
Alright, the fleur-de-lis number 6.
1 lollipop, 2 lollipops, 3 lollipops. Don't mind me,
It's
Zach.
up there.
This is how I wake myself up.
Right. Also, hey, I don't think this location will be important later. I can't imagine why you would ever come to this, like, weird water treatment facility ever again. Super weird.
Yeah, like, it seems, like, super out of the way, just not important.
It's not
There's
important.
there's nothing interesting anywhere near it, and it's not, like, surrounded by a massive horde of enemies or anything, so as to discourage exploration.
And all the
So,
other
I don't
things we've
know.
seen so far on our travel.
This place seems pretty... Man, I love the humming subtitle thing
It's
every time I pass by one of those.
really
And
good.
it's mostly composed of
I was so
mountains
glad
stretching
when I
far
found
away.
one and I got the
Oh, just laughs?
laughs. Yeah.
Like laughter, whatever that was.
That's there for like a fraction of a second. I was just mashing the screenshot button.
3 lollipops. Don't mind me, Zach. This is how I wake myself up.
I've hit max speed or something because I'm hitting. Oh, there we
2
go.
lollipops. 3 lollipops.
I was hitting the A button and I wasn't
This is how I wake myself up.
You weren't
kicking.
kicking.
No.
Never stop kicking.
It's kind of how I play.
This is
How I
Most
skate.
games.
Well, yeah.
every time that molten hot sun.
But I was especially going to say how I skateboard in this game is I just kind of idly mash the A button
Makes sense.
and occasionally throw in a ZR for good measure. Now that I've unlocked the ability to do sick
I've become obsessed with bridges.
spin attacks like it's Kirby Air Ride.
Remember what we saw on our
Man,
way
put
back when
York
we
in
were driving
Kirby
that
Air
highway
Ride.
Before we switched over to the skateboard, we passed over.
That's my. That's my tweet of the day. Put York in Kirby Air Ride. As I shoot these dogs with high explosive ammo. Sorry, high explosive tranquilizers.
Shoot dogs and alligators, punch bees. Punch bees and squirrels.
I have not punched anything in this game.
Really? How'd
No.
you deal with the bees?
I shoot them,
Why? It's a waste of
'Cause-
ammo.
but it's really easy, and you get like $1.30 for shooting a bee.
Oh wow, that's weird. Because I was just punching them out of the air and then like taking their stingers.
Video games are all right.
Just punching a bee and getting $1 for it. Or shooting a bee, rather.
But then you can go sell those bees' heads for like $7.50 a pop.
Yeah, or you could make them into stuff.
I could, but I need more low-quality beads.
Don't even need the. Oh, is
Also,
this...
I completed the.
Oh, I think I found your leafless red tree. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, the super suspicious-looking one. The fucking hyper creepy tree just hanging out.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing.
See if I can get the humming.
Look at that fucking thing. That thing is
It's-
ominous as shit.
It's really bad.
It's so much worse than all the other trees because the bark on this one is red too. Like, it's so much worse because that looks like a Deadly Premonition 1 tree.
Yeah.
All the other ones are, like, better looking. That looks like a janky-ass old tree stuck its way into the game.
Yes. There we go.
Luckily, you don't gotta skate long for that to happen.
Earlier, I was not getting it.
Well, I mean, as soon as he starts talking, you just hop off the board and try again.
Yeah.
Or ram the tree. Also, is that vision thing useful for anything getting the Fleur-de-Lis?
No.
Fucking magic vision. Okay.
It's useful-ish in the Boston.
You can scope out items.
Well,
I know that
there's
you can like you can turn it on and spin in a fucking circle and highlight every item in the area, which is nice.
Yes. I guess that's the other use. And then the third use is in the modern day sections where you're Aaliyah, you can it'll highlight what you need to press Zack on.
Okay.
Every time that molten hot sun pours down.
See, I was afraid that if I didn't use it in like the right places in that future section, that I was gonna like miss prompts and like miss information.
I don't think so.
Okay, but it's literally just a guide to tell you what to
So,
do next.
you think
Okay.
about this? We're talking about him. Boomba. Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely
I was curious because every time I saw one of those fucking red trees, I was kicking on the fucking magic vision and just staring and just being like, nothing? Okay, sure. Yep, nope, just not paying any attention to this. Alright.
By the way, Zack, Boomgun feels very familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone. Yes, I think I've seen a connection.
Scatman Crothers.
Beep bop do bottle bop.
That's Scatman John. There's a different Scatman.
Well, I only know in Scatman, unfortunately.
Fingers crossed it was at least the correct kind of scat.
Also, sometimes, like, I feel like the Fleur-de-Lis just don't pop. And it's very frustrating.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you've got to be standing in like a very specific point. I usually just try to match the photograph's position as close as I can, but even then sometimes it feels like I'm like, this should have worked. Especially after it does work, and I'm just like, no, dude, I was looking there.
Yeah. This one's... You're... Okay, yeah, no. Squeaky chair, don't mind me.
I've only got 2 shots left.
I have a bunch of root beer in my inventory.
Okay.
Which sounds like a non sequitur, but it ups your concentration.
It applies.
Yeah. Because Deadly Premonition. Oh, this is like all the way down here, but I think I'm gonna see if I can... She should be at her skateboard shop. She's not at the skateboard shop yet, but she should be by the time I skate there. Because my skateboard is at 30% health. I need some skateboard health.
Just felt like saying that.
York just humming Amazing Grace back to back. You know, here's a good video game question.
So, you think of this?
Where does, when York gets on his skateboard, where does Patricia go?
Or does he merely exist outside the
Just
realms of
vanishes.
Still too early to tell.
He's a ghost!
Key to uncovering this case
She should have a skateboard as well.
She should, but I feel like that might kill the frame rate even more.
Oh yeah, no, the game would die. Don't get me wrong, but
announcement of some
It'd be funny.
It would be great if she had a skateboard and just like
careful,
stayed at a
wise
constant pace behind you or whatever, and then did the same tricks you did at the same time, so it was like synchronized.
Overlapping him with the Scavenger.
Be like a miniature skateboard gang roaming the streets.
Yes, that's it. Scatman Crothers. In 1980, he played Dick Halloran in The Shining, and in 1983, he was in The Twilight Zone.
I sincerely hope that York and Zach have more to talk about as this game goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Because, man, it seems like they've only got like 3 or 4 conversations.
Scatman's more of a sage character.
They've added 3, I think, in the chapter 2, episode 2. But they also did not remove any from episode 1, it seems.
Hi, Agent. Okay. Looking good. Oh, remember, in order. See you later. Oh, if you ever got any. Hi, Agent.
Can I get a... Yeah, let's get a new trick. Or at least the quest for a new trick. No, do not test me. Oh, I've learned an ollie. Oops. Oh no! I can't turn good. There we go. Which is sad because I have +3 handling. Oh. Nope. Video games! No! God damn it, York. Shit. There we go. There we don't go. I feel like I've skated past every checkpoint. Well. We did it though. We've learned how to ollie.
Congratulations.
I'm a skateboard man.
You're the real pro skater now, York.
I would play Agent York's Pro Skater. Play again? No, thank you. Super rad! You must master the ollie before she will teach me the next trick. We must obey Mr. Miyagi. When in Rome, it's just like the Karate Kid Part 2. Oh, right. I haven't done that one. Over here, which we're going to fast travel to. I don't want to skate that long. Oh. I was really hoping you could, like, prime the ollie. Like, by holding L and you'd crouch, but that is advanced tech for Deadly Premonition 2.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
Hey. Also, I feel like this video that has all the fleur-de-lis locations that I've been using to cheat like a motherfucker, I feel like they have the video, like, the way it's organized backwards. Because it shows them getting the, fleur-de-lis and then where it is on the map.
Huh.
It's like, yeah, I feel like this should be the other way around. Like, you show the map, so you show, like, the general vicinity of the thing,
Yes. I'm talking about.
and then you show the specific of the thing.
Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of evil? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me.
Which, admittedly, like, the way that this is edited makes me think it's like
Grimgon feels very
they
familiar.
use the
He
switch
might even say he
record
reminds me of
function,
someone.
so it might be like a matter of
See the connection now.
they're also having trouble getting the very specific spot to figure the fleur-de-lis. The fleur... Is it... What is the plural of fleur-de-lis?
I would say fleur-de-lis. Just fleur-de-lis, I feel. Applies to singular or multiple.
When they... Like, they're having the same issues, so they get it, and then they open up the map because, like, that's the only way they can fit it in that 30-second window.
We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, we would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tab, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been.
Right. It's convenient that the next thing is over at the inn because I need to go there anyway. Because Raven seems to be there, and perhaps the right David. Who knows?
Hey, wanna talk about bridges?
Want to talk about bridges?
And there's no turning
Not
back.
really.
Remember what we
Want to
saw?
talk about Sam Porter bridges?
Not really.
Fair. You want to talk about fucking...
Nash Bridges.
No, I'm trying to remember the stupid name they had for the... We're getting into big Death Stranding spoilers here, but the whatever America bridges.
Fuck.
You remember that?
Yes, kind of, but I don't remember what the fuck.
You don't remember what the name was, but you remember that it was there was a name and it was
I remember there was a
dumb.
really stupid fucking
That's why we're
name.
here. To protect this peace. Isn't that right, Zem?
To be fair, there were a lot of really stupid fucking names in that game. Like Die Hardman.
Whatever, Die Hardman is a great name.
Yeah, what about his other name?
That's an even better name. Because it's already proven to have worked. Well, that was a good cloud texture. We're halfway through this last Fleur de Lis album, Make Me Mad.
Halfway there.
Then we'll have done all the Fleur de Lis, and then we'll still have a day to go. Potentially two.
See, now what would be funnier is if you went and got violently drunk before you started hunting for the other half of these Fleur de Lis.
The bar's not even open, though.
Damn it.
Like 10 a.m.
Whatever. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
This is true.
How's the investigation?
Raven, tell me about the hotspots. Is this going to be hotspot number 2, or are they just not going to talk about hotspot number 2? Because I have hotspot 1. The hotspot 8? Excuse me? What happened to 6 and 7? Deadly Premonition 2! Your video game. Loading screens. All right. Show me number 11. Magic video. Oh, that's up here somewhere. I do enjoy when, like, I can sort of tell where the video is going to be, but then not exactly tell where it is.
Are you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach,
I'm very confused by blue crons. I don't think cron is a word. This is like crawfish, and there's prawns, but I don't know about crons.
hey Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand. And Lady Luck
They've got a hot
said there's
hand.
far more
I don't know if you know
faith than
this.
before. We just
Heard about
happened
that.
to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar
Under
during
the
our vacation
boiling
in
hot
New
sun
Orleans.
of
That certainly
Louisiana.
wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in
I just keep
D.C.
thinking of that fucking
We'd have
Jet Set
given the
Radio
case to
song.
another special agent, or maybe even to the state. And then
Hot
we
hands?
found it.
Funky Dealer.
In the end,
Ah.
we've been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been its fate. Instead, it traveled from person to person until it finally fell right into our lap.
How's this
Things
crocodile?
always work out that way.
Here's a crocodile. Hey, crocodile. God, that's a big crocodile. Hey, look, there's a red tree. Surely this will not be important.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why?
Wonder if they delineate, like, Otherworld section. Because there's one up near that one on the other side of the river, but it's close. Imagine there'd be one at the Clarkson's house down at the waterworks. Need to make the video go forward a little bit so I can actually find the next one. Over here somewhere, I think. Nope, I am very wrong. Over here. Point where I think the quickest way to do this is to go over here,
2 lollipops. 3 lollipops.
have these items. Might be good. This. Here. Deadly Premonition 2.
If this town has a symbol, it's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou. Lift bridges are truly rare.
Love bridges, says York. Reminds me of Minnesota. That's what Minnesota, known for its bridges. Real. Turtles. More.
It's always Zone Avengers o'clock somewhere.
I'm out of concentration. Must drink a root beer. There it is. I'm gonna try and wrap up these fleur-de-lis and then call that a stream. I want to see what I get. I want Maker Mad to see that it's going to be totally worth finding 120 fleur-de-lis.
Jesus Christ.
It's totally worth it. This is down here somewhere. I can tell because I can see the water tap. Like, literally.
This is the Deep South. I feel it.
Did you know that this is the Deep South, by the way?
Don't use that.
I've heard that.
Take me away!
Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far in our travels across the states? Zach?
I also really appreciate that, like, killing endangered species gives you $7. As video games. Cool. Oh, it's like over here. Why is it over there? That doesn't make any sense. It's very weird. I don't understand perspective. This is... that's somebody's house. Might be Alexis's house. Or... no, this is Raven's house again. North.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
At least I'm 90% sure this is Raven's house. I'm gonna make the video show me the map, or I get all the way there, and then I'm like, oh no, I went the wrong way.
It's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou.
It was Raven's house.
It's truly a rarity. Reminds me of Duluth, Minnesota. Remember what happened there? That man went to such great lengths to collect his victims' tongues. You know, the one who would French kiss them every day as they slowly decompose.
What's up with this game and tongues? And by this game, I mean the series.
Man, I don't know.
Because you had George biting people's tongues out, and then you have Kaysen's weird lizard tongue. And you have this guy in Duluth, Minnesota talking about tongues.
Fucking Minnesotans.
Boats can travel down the river. Normal bridges' base heights are set at a higher point so that boats can freely pass underneath them.
Oh, does ollieing stop? Oh no, I got into combat. That's what stopped that. Oh, never mind. More to go. This is by the train tracks down at the bottom of the map somewhere. This side, I think. Oh, who's good at knowing the map? It's me.
Well, if there's anyone who's good with directions, I mean it's you.
Shut up.
At least this map isn't rotating.
This is true, and you can set waypoints on it, which you could not do in Deadly Premonition.
Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of evil? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me. By the way, Zach, Boomgun feels very familiar to me. You might even say he... Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying...
We're almost 3/4 of the way done now. After we get this one, it will be 3/4 of the way.
Hey, Zach,
Slowly getting there.
on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand.
Got a hot hand,
She's
though.
given us far more favor than she ever has before.
There's that
We
at
just
least.
happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault, along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data.
Really hoping I would just get it on my first try. Down. That far down. Oh. That was weird. Is over by a red tree of some description. I'm gonna guess up by the Clarksons' place?
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're...
Just because, you know, red
That's
trees.
why we're here. To protect this peace. Isn't that right, Zach?
Oh. Oh god, I didn't even know there was a red tree over here. This is a new red tree. There are so many red trees in this town, make me mad. I think something might be up.
It's fine, I'm sure. It seems like such a nice little town.
Yeah, we're 10-foot tall giant murders people. Or grabs
Hey,
bodies.
we don't know if the giant was involved in the murder. All we know is that he apparently took the body out of the freezer.
I realized after I said that, spoiler alert, the giant was not involved in the murder.
This is a vast country. Incredibly vast.
But he did take the body out of the freezer.
Mountains, deserts, and farmland. With small towns scattered about here and there. That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York, Chicago, and L.A. are all microscopic. Sometimes they even feel like figments of my
I think I'm
imagination.
okay.
Think back to what Las
And
Vegas
I had a brief moment of like, am I on the right side of the map? And I was like, okay.
TV and movies dress up.
I'm on the other side of the skateboard place, so yes, I'm on the right side of the map.
Men become fascinated by the gorgeous city lights and are drawn toward those illusions. The very same women who were chosen as
Squirrel. Oh, squirrel, stay away. I want to shoot this one. There you go. That's a lot of overkill, is what that is.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Boondoggle, is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of either? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me.
What the? There it is, I see it. See the tree.
Were you thinking about...
How do I get over this fence? Oh, I just go around. That's how. Alright, there's your red tree. Red tree number 6? 6 red trees in this town? Oh, I'm just gonna barrel right into that lady's house. Or that sir's house. That person's house. It's clearly someone's house because it's red. It's someone I have not met yet's house.
So, what do you think of it? Yes, we're talking about him. Boomba. Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of Ether? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this
Oh,
case
there's
of
only a
justice.
minute left of this video. We are so close to being done.
By the way, Zach, Boomgun feels very familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone.
Scatman Crothers.
I see the connection. Cheerful, wise, yet also wisdom.
Put the waypoint up. Down here or where I needed it. Away we go!
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city.
You know, the streets in New Orleans are a mess.
All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had a
excuse me.
car. But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place. For better or worse, it's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly, even to total strangers? Both here and in New Orleans, I've been amazed at how cordial everyone is. Is it just the way things are down here? You certainly don't see that sort of thing in New York or D.C. They never stop to chit-chat, especially when ordering food. They only say what's necessary, without any decoration. The customer only makes eye contact with the waiter about once every 3 times they interact. But that's just how it is. Isn't that right, Sam? The human relationships here are as fluid as an inorganic mechanism running on the smoothest, purest oil there is. And it feels strangely comfortable after spending time in New Orleans and coming here. I think I'm starting to
Oh,
like
that's your
this
first mistake, York.
They even have their own breed of bizarre crimes. And besides, the New Orleans area is famous for its paranormal culture. I'm sure it'll entertain me somehow. I'm still a bit of a ways off.
Deadly Premonition 2. I'm out of concentration. Gotta drink my root beer. There it is. Is behind something. Like and Erzuli, maybe? Probably. Is in fact behind Erzuli.
Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. worlds.
Got a high hand.
And Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state. And then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault. Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place, for better or worse. It's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly?
Whoa, you come from, tiny child. Did not even see that one, but I'm glad it triggered, so I don't have to worry about it. That is over by, like, one of where there is no bridge. But on which side of the river? That is straight.
Hey, want to talk about bridges?
Do not want to talk about bridges, York.
I've become obsessed with bridges, and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard.
Side.
We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that made it impossible for us to see the road? The rain was so torrential that we couldn't see more than a few miles ahead of us. I'm sure local drivers are used to that.
It's way up there. By way up there, I mean 330 something units away.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world.
Oh, one more to go. Then I can stop. Hotspot. Or it's too hot to jaywalk.
Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with you on that one.
David, are you the David I need to talk to at the moment? Hope so. Probably not, though.
And well, maybe ominous isn't the right word, but today in headlines, your ancestors knew death in ways you never will.
That's probably for the best. I'm good with that.
How's the investigation coming? Must be going well.
1, 3, 4, 5, and 8. There's no 2, 6, or 7. It's so weird. Video games. Ah! We did it! Found all the fleur-de-lis.
I'm back.
Wait, I've completed all the hotspots. How is there no hotspot 2, 6, or 7?
Don't worry about it.
Why? I find it hard to imagine a venture capital firms investing in a pseudo taxi service. Everyone's gonna have their own cell phone, not just one per person. You can just connect to the internet. I don't know. I don't make cell phones. Gotta wait for the times to catch up with my brain. So yeah, it turns out, you know, Uber and Lyft invented in Louisiana in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. What's your name? Lewis. You're gonna get this last photo album full of fleur-de-lis and you're gonna give me something really cool. That's what's gonna happen.
If this town has a symbol,
It's gonna be totally worth
bridge hanging over the Bible.
finding 120 fleur-de-lis symbols.
Remember what happened there? That man went to such great lengths to
Also, I like blind. That's why they call her the Speed Witch.
Oh yeah, they call her the Speed Witch.
I had other ideas involving speed, but
He started lecturing me on the proper way to give someone a kiss. Anyway, back to Duluth.
No, because she drives crazy.
They are called the Aerial Lift Bridge. The lift bridge here is the first one we've seen since then, but this one looks a lot smaller than the Aerial Lift Bridge. It's small.
do you remember Duluth CFP?
No. Oh, squirrel, stay away. The squirrels will steal your shit. It's super annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with you on that one.
All right, Lewis.
If this town has a symbol, it's got to be that bridge hanging over the Bible.
Oh, this better be good. Tell me about the fleur-de-lis. Hmm. Sigma divided by H times Omega, the sixth planet of the triangle Alpha Pi Psi degree Celsius system. What? I don't think you can really kill a galaxy. I don't think that's a thing you can do. Hey! That's worth it. Does feel like having a necklace that expands my inventory is beyond the scope of human understanding. He has all the trappings of a stereotypical con man. And the Louisiana guidebook I can see peeking out from his pocket. May be difficult for us to find out where the truth lies with this case. York, are you smoking that cigarette backwards? Couldn't tell, like, 'cause I can't tell if it's burning or the filter because of the texture. My inventory max has been expanded. Great, cool, amazing. It's gonna do it for Deadly Premonition 2. I'm gonna play this more at some point. Probably, like, continuing off stream. Because
Makes sense.
I don't know what to make of this game quite yet.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm interested, at least.
It's weird, and this is, like, following up from Deadly Premonition. Anyway. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
And we're off.